Hello my friends, this is Amner Hunter from amnerhunter.com, and in today's video I want to share with you 8 incredible free VST plugins that can give you a perfect vocal chain. In this video I want to show you how I use these 8 free VST plugins in a vocal production. I want to break down the process that I follow to get a pro vocal production. As usual, all of the applicable links related to this video are going to be down below in the description and first comment, and don't forget to check out the timestamps as well that I leave you down below. Thank you very much for being here and welcome. Before we dive into the content, I would like to invite you to my website, amnerhunter.com, where I have some free stuff available at your disposal. I have some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players. Also, I have some tools available, a huge collection of guitar impulses, my Cubase mixing template, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out my blog, which I'm updating weekly with tons of free content. So now let's go straight to the video. So I have this rock and roll type of song. I have here the lead vocals. I am using the chorus section of the song to mix this vocal. It's a good starting point to mix the instruments where most of the elements are working together, for instance in the chorus. These lead vocals are being sent to this lead vox group or bus, and I'm gonna apply the processing here on the lead vocals. I'm gonna show you that in a minute. For now, I'm gonna play you the song that I'm gonna be using for the purpose of this video. Of course, the vocal recording is great. It sounds great. The vocalists sound awesome. Great performance, of course. Some things to consider is that you need to put the effort to balance the tracks just using the faders. Just using the volume, faders, and some panning, you need to have a very good balanced mix without using any plugins, alright? Once that you have the balances here set up, now it's time to enhance this already great recording. The first plugin on this list is the MEQ, M Equalizer from Melda Production Audio. These are the EQ moves that I'm doing here. I am applying a high pass filter at 151 Hz. All of the frequencies below that are not necessary on the vocals because that information is being covered by the bass guitar, the kick drum, and the low end of the guitars as well. Maybe some other instruments, synthesizers like that. So we need to clean this to make them fit in the mix better. Also, to get a clear vocal production so that you can understand better the words, we need to remove a little bit of low mids around 250 Hz, 300, around that area. We have some frequencies that might mask the words a little bit. So I am cutting 5 decibels at around 221 Hz. I'm gonna show you that in a minute. And also I am boosting a little bit of frequencies in the mid-range area where we humans perceive more the vocals, the human voice. It's around 1800 Hz, around there. I'm just boosting 1.9 decibels here. First, let's check out the vocals without this plugin.
No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this.
The next plugin on this list is this cool compressor from the company Analog Obsession. As far as compression goes, we need to control the dynamics of the vocals. The human voice is very dynamic, and that's part of the emotion that it evokes. I'm gonna put play here and let's check out the levels here.
This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. We can change this.
You see these jumps in volume. We are getting around 7 decibels maybe of difference between the loudest parts of the vocals and the quietest parts. So we need to use compression so that the vocals are more even throughout the song and that you can hear properly every phrase, every word. Well, first of all, I am using a medium to fast attack time. If we want to catch those peaks a little bit, we need a medium or fast attack time. I am using a attack of 3 milliseconds. I am using a medium release time. You can set it using the needle, so the needle jumps like in the tempo of the song. That could be a good reference for the release time. And I am using a healthy ratio of 3:1 and just lowering the threshold till I am getting this 7-8 decibels, maybe more decibels of gain reduction in the loudest parts of this vocal recording. And I am using the makeup gain to compensate for the volume that we lose with compression.
This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. We can change this. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this.
So the next plugin on the list is this cool Saturator from the company Bedroom Producer Blog. This is very cool because it has tube saturation and tape saturation. I like to put this after the compressor because it sort of controls more the dynamics, helping the compressor, and also it adds harmonics, so it adds a little bit of distortion to the signal, sort of in like analog consoles. I suggest you to use it conservatively on your mixes, or if you're gonna use it very heavily, use parallel saturation. I'm just putting a little bit of tape saturation, a little bit of tube saturation, adding a little bit of character extra to the vocals. Since these controls bring up the volume, I am using this output to match the volume. Let's check it out what's happening here.
This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this.
The next plugin on the list is the Fresh Air by the company Slate Digital. This is a pretty cool exciter of high end and high mids. Also, what this plugin does is that it adds air, a little bit of brightness to the vocals. If you have a very dull vocal recording with this plugin, you can bring those vocals to life. I'm not using too much, and I am using the trimmer here, which is the output control to level the input and output. Let's check out how it sounds before and after.
This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses.
The next plugin on this list is this cool esser. It's called esser from the company Techivation. It's pretty simple to use. You choose here the frequency range where you're gonna use the processing of the de-esser. Most of the S's are on the highs and high end, so with this knob you just decrease the knob and you start to get some gain reduction here, which are the S's or the high end frequencies. So this is a compressor only for those frequencies, all right? You have here the intensity and the sharpness to shape even more the processing. Maybe if you added some air and brightness with the Fresh Air plugin, you can control it with this plugin a little bit more.
Our time. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this.
Then we move on with what I like to call them special effects. The first special effect plugin is this cool magic switch from Baby Audio. This is a chorus effect. Try to use it carefully because if you set it at 100, this mix knob, you can spread the vocals to the sides a lot and you can have some phase issues. This effect can give you a little bit of spread to the vocals. Let's check it out.
This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this.
The next plugin on this list is this cool plugin from the company Baby Audio again. This is the Baby Comeback. It's one of my favorite free delay plugins. Since these plugins have this wet or mix knobs, it's pretty easy to use them on the inserts. So I have it after the chorus. With delays and also reverbs, it's very important that we set the correct milliseconds of the repeats or the echoes. I'm gonna give you a pretty easy equation that you can do to get this right. Let's grab this calculator. We're gonna put here 60,000, which are the milliseconds in 1 minute, and we're gonna divide this by the tempo of the song, the beats per minute, 87 in this case. So that's why it's very important to know the correct tempo of the song, 87, and this amount will work very well. We can also change the delays by duplicating maybe this number. This will also work. Let's go back to the initial number. So that's why I have here on the delay plugin 689. So you have to set this plugin to free here and you put the number with your keyboard. The feedback, I like to use it less than half, not a lot of feedback. Something that I love about this plugin is this switch that you have here. It says cheap. It gives another character to the echoes or delays. It seems that the delays are going through a tape saturation or something like that. So it gives a very cool analog character to the delays, not to the original signal. And then we can use this wet, dry knob. I like to use the delay on the tails of the phrases or at the end of some words. I like to use automation for this, so the delay would be at 0 and then I manually start to add the delay. Let's check it out without delay and with delay in the context of the mix and also in solo. I'm gonna be changing also the milliseconds here.
No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this. We can change this. To break this down. No more excuses. We can change this. Excuses. We can change this.
And we move on with the last plugin on this list, which is the Valhalla Supermassive from Valhalla Dsp. This is an amazing sounding reverb and delay in one. In this occasion, I'm gonna use only the reverb, but you can get also pretty cool delay effects out of this plugin. We're gonna go ahead and choose a reverb that it's medium for vocals. Plates work great on vocals, all right? So I'm gonna choose this preset right here, zeros minor plate. Also, it's very important that we set the time of the reverbs. So again, I'm gonna use a calculator to make a quick equation to know the correct reverb time. 60,000 divided by 87, which is the beats per minute, 689, right? This time around, we're gonna choose a very quick reverb time, because if we set that reverb very long, it will become this washy sound, this very delayed sound. This amount you can divide it by 8, for instance, and you have a reverb that is in time with the tempo of the song. It's quicker, 86. So I'm gonna put here 86 on the delay part. You can choose a faster delay time, divide this by 2, for instance, 43. In the reverb, it's very important that we high pass and low pass the reverb itself. So I am using this low cut here, 400 Hertz around there, and also a low pass filter or high cut at around 7,000. Here, it's also very important that we use a proper feedback. Let's not abuse of the feedback. The warp, I am using it by default, and this width allows you to spread the vocal reverb in the sides of the mix as well, so I'm not gonna use it 100%. We're gonna check on these parameters. And of course, one of the most important elements of the reverb, it's also the mix knob. It is important that we use the mix knob conservatively. I'm gonna also play with this so that you can hear what's going on in the mix and also in the vocals.
This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuse. We can change this. This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this.
Finally, I am gonna turn off and turn on all of the vocal chain that we have here, all of these 8 plugins that I'm showing you. Let's make it before and after to see what we have here.
This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this.
Please let me know down below in the comments, my friends, what do you think about this free plugins? Have you tried them? What do you think about this vocal chain? Do you have any additional suggestions that you wanna share with us maybe? I think these plugins work great. It's one of the perfect vocal chains for me, and I wanted to share that with you. I hope that this was useful for you. Before we go, my friends, I would like to invite you to my website where I have some cool freebies for you. I have some free PDF guides and ebooks, some tools such as a huge collection of guitar impulses, my Cubase mixing template, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out my blog and this channel, which I'm updating weekly with tons of free content. Thank you very much for watching the video, my friends, and I'll see you very soon on the next one, right? Take care.